All right, well, I don't know why we are in and others are not, but I don't see why we couldn't start a little sealed here. Record, we'll actually track our record today. Paid account today for sealed. Yeah, we can at least build and then wait in the queue. All right, before I jump into this Core Set 2020 sealed, I want to thank my sponsor, Card Kingdom. Card Kingdom at cardkingdom.com or through the affiliate link in my panels down below are purveyors of Magic cards, Magic supplies, Magic product. Whatever you need to get your Magic game on, Card Kingdom is 99.99% to be able to help you. And they're the first place I turn whenever I need something for my Magic game. And I will always comparison shop. I will always look for the best price, but I will always include Card Kingdom in on that as research because they are frequently the winner in whatever I am trying to do, whether it's get something or sell something. So please keep Card Kingdom in mind for all your Magic needs. Again, 2020, Vaporkin says. Like, aren't we done with that yet? We played it once yesterday. Yes, again, 2020. Sealed felt simpler than War, but fun. It's Magic. Turns out Magic is fun. Let's do it. Fiasco is asking about the Battle Pass for free-to-play players, and I guess I need to do a close look at that. I don't even want... I like to say true things, and I don't like to spout off on things that I haven't studied carefully. I would say that without full detail, without pulling back a bit in the abstract on something like this, pay gems to get a pass. In general, I want to look at what the pass is providing, and in this case, basically, it looks like it's providing booster packs, gold, and gems, and singles, right? Booster packs, gold, gem, and singles. And the only thing there that a limited player cares about are gems and gold. So usually when some kind of bundle involves any kind of thing that you don't care about, it's probably not for you. You're probably like, you probably want all of the things they're offering, or else you're ultimately paying for some value that you don't care about, right? So I haven't done the math yet, but I raise my eyebrow at anything that offers like cosmetics or booster packs or individual card rewards or anything that a limited player is not going to be able to use to get more limited. And if there's a lot of that in the thing, it's probably not going to be the best value for a limited player. But if you like everything about it, usually, but on the flip side, frequently, it's kind of like the value meals at a burger joint or whatever. It's like, chances are, if you just don't want any French fries, if you're not going to eat a single French fry, you shouldn't get the value meal. It's not going to be a value anymore because the cost of the French fries was a big part of the value. If you're going to eat everything in it, then it's going to be cheaper than buying those things individually, right? So it's kind of like that. If you like everything in a bundle, it's probably going to be good value. If there's any element of the bundle that is completely meaningless to you, keep in mind that you're probably paying some amount of dollars for that meaningless thing that's wearing away at the value of the other stuff. So I will answer that with more economic specificity when I have really had a chance to break it down into US dollars for what you get. But in the meantime, in the abstract, those are the tools that I would use to assess. Yeah, Dr. Unks, if your main question is if there's a way to get gems from the mastery more than what you put into it, that I haven't even looked, but I'm going to say no. Because if I were on the team and someone was like, what do you think of this model where people can get more gems out of this than they put into it, I'd be like, no, and who hired you? That would be my question to the economist who proposes that one. That's all right, Dr. Drunks. I wasn't trying to be mean to you. I'm just saying, generally, you don't want to give your players EV positive experience on your hard currency. Gems are the hard currency, which is to say they can be used for literally anything and cannot be earned the way that the soft currency can. Gold is the soft currency, which is very grindable but has limited application. So those are the two terms you'll hear in free-to-play economic engines. What's your hard currency? What's your soft currency? Gems are event. Do you mean aren't? Aren't? Well, what do you buy with? What do you buy pre-orders with? Anyway, I'm talking forever here, and we've got these delightful 6-packs. Oh, so now cash is the hardest of currencies. Funny. Yeah, I guess cash is your diamond currency, and gems are your hardish currency. Plumarant. It says it's interesting because if you count the packs as 20 gems, the pass is EV neutral. So there you go. That's what I mean. Usually, like if you're getting, I mean, it should be right. Like the why are you doing a pass if I love all the things in the pass and it's not a better deal than buying those things or acquiring those things individually, then the pass shouldn't exist. All right, let's get on this though. Sorry, thank you for your patience. All those out there wanting to see these rares, let's see them. Vaporkin's ready. I just did it because Vaporkin was ready. I'm already starting to tune out cards like Mystic Forge and Leyline of Combustion. I don't remember what either of them do, but I remember I dismissed them as something I don't want to play. Hanged Executioner, 2 and a white for a 1/1 flying. When it enters the battlefield, create a spirit with flying, and you can pay 3 and a white to exile it to exile target creature. Wow, that seems fantastic. At its baseline, it's 2 power and 2 toughness of flying for 3 mana, which is fine. Whether it's better to be a 2/2 or 2 1/1s is context dependent, but it's fine. And then the ability, obviously, to exile a creature for 4, and you still get the 1 behind. So basically, it's like it's a 7 mana installment plan card that gives you a flyer and an exiled creature. It's kind of a lot, but 7 on the installment is much more palatable, and you can attack with it in the meantime. Cavalier of Night. We looked at this one before. This looks pretty good. Sack 1 to destroy 1, and basically you throw at a creature at another, and then when it dies, you get something back. Dread Presence, 3 and a black. This is wants more swamps than I think is going to make it great, but I think if you're playing half swamps, you're still going to run this. You just need to play 1 swamp before you're pretty all right with the exchange. Tail's End. I'm not sure about the top-down flavor on this one. I mean, I get Tail's End, like counter the Saga as the flavor here, but activated ability or triggered ability, whatever. Okay, we'll continue here. Catching up on chat a little bit. Let's get into deck building view. Take a look at them this way first. Maybe this way, a little bit better for the viewing audience. All right, I'm going to catch up on a little bit of chat while I put it into uncommons, and you can look at some of our uncommons. Good black cards. Wujo says, I think one-time deals that reward you over a long period EV should be positive and positive a lot. That's fair, because a system like that is asking you for your time. They want you to be content. So when a system is saying, in order to unlock all this, you need to play, they're trying to turn you into content for others, right? So. Have we talked about the 3 different paths, different draft paths that WotC Set Designer talked about in their article? Not specifically, GRS. You want to link me? If you want to link me an article, I'll take a look at it. We can talk about it tomorrow. Swamp Guy looks awesome. Mono black. Yeah, I don't know about mono black. Yeah, Sailor's great. This kept pulling me into blue. And I may have misplayed it. Like, yesterday I played this out as a 1-1 for 1 on 1 and felt pretty correct about that, but then felt pretty sad when it died. I think maybe you need to understand what your deck is up to, and there are decks where this... You may be better off looking at this as... 3 blue, ETB draw a card, untap draw a card, right? Like, I may have been happier because this got snapped off, right? I played this and it got killed. Okay, that happens. But if I had waited and played this as a 5-mana spell that drew me a card at the end of their turn, then I untap and immediately draw another one, then I would not have regretted any killing of it. So I don't know. I got to think about how to play this card and whether are you always running this out when you have an island and this in your hand on turn 1, or are there decks where you hold off and use it, save it as reliable card draw? Thanks, Valhalis. I'll take a look at that later and try to speak to it a little more tomorrow. I did, Fiddles. I checked it. I wasn't sure what card you intended that for. Is it for this one? But that was my question there. So Hat thinks it's a mistake to run this out before you can draw a card from it. Mikasor points out that you're giving your opponent life if they wait. That's true, but if they can't kill it, then... Woo. Yeah, and you can also be like, well, depending on the removal, like if they need to use premium removal on it, then that's not the worst either. I like your plan, Rocky. Let's do that. All right, sorry. Like I said, I like to catch up on chat here, but let's check out our other uncommons. This looks great. This is can be great, can be really not impactful depending on the board state. Fenlurker, Blood for Bones, and Gruesome Scourger are all good. Alter. Maybe we can just do some sacrifice recursion stuff with this pool. Ooh, that's appealing. So is this. So is that. So is that even. That's not bad for a splash. Like red-black here is jumping out at me as looking pretty fine. Let's check our land. I like to check land to understand our sitch. So if we went red-black, we have an easy green splash, so that's worth noting. Looks like green, or if we were base green, we could splash into a lot of places. I wonder what's going on in our green. Wow, some serious ramp if we want to go green. We got a rabid bite, gift for some additional fixing. Not that this is fixing, I mean in addition to the lands. And this is fine. This is fine. Green looks fine, but super unexciting. Like there's no rares and it's just like truly just fine. But yes, if we wanted to accelerate, we could. But to what? What are we accelerating to? Vorstclaw? All right, now let's take a look at... Actually, I want to look at gold overall. So this is our only gold card. Great. So now we can just kind of assess color by color. See what else is going on in red. 2 shocks. Chandra. Uncaged Fury. Probably playing red. I don't see how you not dodge red with that kind of quality. Although it's, you know, doesn't go nuts. Hopefully, what we want to see is some murder, right? Here we go. Show us the murder. 1 murder. 1 thief. 1 lurker. Splinters. A couple of gorging vultures. That's all right. Not really seeing like the amazing agonizing siphon is also good. This is decent. Don't really have like token making. Looks like no active treason. Sailor, what else do we like? Like Cloudkin Seer. Couple of Frost Links. I like Winged Words a lot. Couple of Elementals. This kind of is what puts, like, I wasn't really too thrilled with blue till I saw the double Elemental. That got me going on blue. Tough one. I think let's check white just to be sure, but it looks like white is kind of garbage. Look at this. Look at, well, at least our pool has given us a clear message about white, which is, sorry, Hanged Executioner. No. I think we got to play some combination of our Grixis colors and so this is where I'm looking now, is at these. Well, what I like to do in this spot, let's just start with blue. Let's do a blue-black base and see what that looks like. Sailor, unsummon, anticipate. I don't know if we're gonna play 2, but we'll pop in everything we might consider. I don't think we can play that or that. Yes. No. Yes, 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 yes. You figured me out, too. Guilty as charged. Murder, vulture, soul salvage, siphon, blood for bones. Good enough, good enough, good enough, good enough. Yes, yes. And then some whatevers. This is probably a yes. All right, well, we have straight blue-black filled out with some cuts that need to make. I did like what we saw in red, though, so I don't want to completely ignore that, but this looks pretty hot. I don't think we're going to play these, but I just want to put in everything we might consider here. All right, let's cut that. Well, I don't want to just try this out. I want to have a reason, and we don't really have one here, honestly. I just want I don't want to play Blood-Soaked Altar unless I can point at the thing that's going to make me the things that I'm going to sack to it. If I'm like, yeah, because I'm spitting out squirrels, or I'm spitting out soldier tokens, then I'm in on this. But if it's just like, yeah, we're gonna sack our creatures to make better creatures, like, I'm not in for that. So I think I'm probably just not in for that here. Yeah, I think we're best of one, though, right? We're sealed best of one, so... Hey, Nick. I like all these, though. Let me take out the piranhas. At least one anticipate. Maybe even the unsummon. I don't know. How good's unsummon when you're not tempo? Yeah, if I'm cutting unsummon, I could cut the gyre as well. Kind of like the one negate. Yeah, hello, 193-ish viewers. Welcome. Not sure why. Maybe it's because I'm the only one in the universe actually on. I don't know why I got on and others are having trouble. What's the plan for this deck? Outdraw them, out-quality them, and get in through the air with... after we attrition them. Let me finish this deck before we even bother looking at red. Where are we at now? We're on 17-8. Cut a couple of creatures. I don't want to cut any of those. In fact, creatures are good for us kind of because of this. Right, I like all of these threes is the thing. Which of these are you cut? I just can't cut any of these threes. I mean, maybe I could cut one vulture. We don't have grave diggers, so yeah, anticipate I just liked because it was something I was willing to do on 2. Yeah, I could actually take out the anticipate and put back in the piranha in terms of thinking about how to get to our game plan. And like we could take this out or this out. Yeah, maybe this is a little more aggro, but I find that you're pretty happy with the amount of damage that happens from here, but we could cut that. I could be down with cutting that. And let's see, we're gonna make maybe a vulture can be cut here. We're not doing... I'm not thrilled about the Blood Burglar either, but it is a 2-drop. Yeah, I cut one vulture. Let's try this. Let's try this as a starting point. I don't feel the need to go to 18 when we have winged words helping us draw early. You know, this is kind of like your 18th land here. Thief. We could go 10 swamp in pursuit of the Cavalier, but we have moat piranhas. Basically, when I look at where, you know, how I want to split my land, I see a lot of people like counting their mana symbols and doing it that way. Like, oh, I've got so such and such black mana symbols and such blue mana symbols. I rather look at what I want to do on turn 2, and Sailor and Negate are not super important on 2. I almost would like rather cut the moat piranhas for we don't have a black 2 to put in, but like basically, like if this moat piranhas were black for some reason, then I'd be much more inclined for 10-7, but I do want to drop a moat piranhas on 2 if we have it. So that's, yeah, the Swamp Fall dude is fair. But I just like to cast my stuff. I mean, yeah, see, I don't know about that rule of thumb, Hat. That I don't like rules of thumb that don't actually look at what you're trying to accomplish in the early turns. I mean, I think that's fundamentally the most important thing. Like, I just generally don't apply pip algorithms to my mana base. I actually just look at what I want to cast and when. Yeah, and the double black on 2 supports it. It's definitely 9-8 or 10-7. I just don't know if the piranhas make us want to go keep us at 9-8. But I think with just the piranhas at risk, it's worth it to go 10-7. Yeah. Because of Dread Presence and triple black and double black here. Norbert, you're not wrong. Like, we could just actually cut piranhas and forego turn 2. But I'm going to start here, I think, with this build. I do want to look at red, though. But what I want to do first is say done so that it saves this deck. Yeah, but I don't think of Murder as a turn 3 play. I'm probably pretty disappointed, actually, if I'm playing Murder on turn 3. I don't know if I'm doing tons. I hear what you're saying, Hat, but I don't know if I'm doing tons of high behind the scenes math here. Like, in terms of a tool to give to new players, I would say, look, in a typical 2-color deck, you're going to have 17 land, and mostly you're going to be 9-8, and you're trying to figure out what should be 9 and what should be 8. And then in rare cases, you're going to go 10-7, and here's how to figure out if you need to go 10-7. Take a look at your early cards and see, you know, like, I would rather than come up with a cold algorithm that doesn't actually look at context, actually just try and teach looking at a little bit of light context and coming up with the right play. Well, let's see. Blue is pretty strong here. We've got Spectral Sailor, very strong. 2 elementals, very strong. Winged Words, drawing extra cards, very strong. Frostlynx is solid as well. You know, so there's a lot going on in blue. So red, as a counterpoint, has 2 shocks, 3 shocks. You know, 4 shocks, and then actually just not much else. This is fine, but I don't see 2 shocks and a Chandra overcoming the quality I'm seeing in blue here. Anybody disagree? I don't see this red trumping this blue, but I'm taking opinions. Sorry, Chandra. You're awesome, but you have to wait. Yeah, we could cut negate, but I think these types of decks that are looking to go a little bit longer and control-y like to have a negate take out their key spell. I think this is the only mythic we opened. I wouldn't want to splash unless we had land to support it, and we have 0 land to support a splash in these 2 colors, so no splashing. All right, so let's try this. I'm going to make a grab. Hey, swim down, thank you. Yeah, it's true that the Rapacious Dragon does help with a splash, but not with really a splash for Sailor, for example. Not sure what we'd be splashing exactly if we did that. How good is black? It's this good, because this is the good stuff. All right. Well, see if anybody else made it on. What if we pair against Godot and the Twilight Zone theme starts playing? Well, here we have the very chance we're talking about. I can run out of Sailor or save it till 5. What do you think? Man. Yeah, I think we have to run it out. This is a very aggressive-looking hand. Oh, check that out for 2. You gotta be kidding me. Coming up, Millhouse. Let me... So I've been hanging out up here. I'm gonna stay over here today so that I can continue to do things like this. My usual location puts me in a spot where my overlay covers up the zoom, and since we're on a new set where we might want to be zooming more often than usual, I'm gonna do that. You get to attack with a Sailor and draw 2 because I did something right today, I guess. Oh yeah, sure, I should have waited. I forgot it had flash. New set blues. For here, might as well just draw cards, right? Wizard knows more sleep. Oh man, yeah. Yesterday was a real lesson for me in how a reminder in how important sleep is. I use a CPAP device and have sleep apnea and have long learned the lessons of good sleep, but didn't get any yesterday. You know, yesterday morning I was just a wreck, and it showed as I was streaming. I was not playing well. I was a little. I think it was a little snippier with chat in some instances, just in general, just a lot worse off with that lack of sleep. Vulture or Thief? I'm just going to keep going in the air here. Yeah, we could. If I go thief and then links, then we tap down piranhas, and then they, you know, block with the doggy or whatever. Like, I'm just gonna go in the air and make them beat us in the air here. They've used some of their good removal on our card draw, so that's all right as well. And we got some damage in. I just felt a little crankier. I don't know if that came across. Maybe it was just in my head. I was definitely feeling a little crankier yesterday. All right, well, they got 2 things removed, which is going to help them a bit here. But I still think we have the tools to bust out from here. Now we get to go thief, and next turn get to go double links if we want. That should be very good. Alright, well, this is pretty fine spot for double links into murder next turn. But links, they're gonna block with the puppet. It doesn't matter. We just need to attack. We don't need to connect. Spells, okay. Just wanted to make sure I didn't have to pay extra to tap that dude down. Seems good. Yeah, the Thief plus Links setup is very nice for blue-black in this set. Now... the Thief is going to go down no matter if we were to murder one of these 2/2s, so we're not going to bother with that. We're just going to attack with everything and save murder for the big flyer blocker. Well, I have a different approach to murder I'd like to deploy. We have to give up a Frost Links for this, but we just throw our Frost Links to the Elemental, which seems great. Yeah, that was enough for Oppo. Still had all this murder. Am I still stuck with you? You guys see me, right? I didn't lose my stream or anything. Maybe this is just part of my weirdness of being partly connected. Let's try exit. Well, let's see. If I can't get back in, we'll have to kill some time together talking about stuff. Are y'all down with that? Well, back in? Shut up, Fiddles. Don't do it. Don't you say it. Oh, Keyforge. I thought you were going to say MH1. Now it looks like we can play. As long as we can play M20, I'll keep going. Although, let's see, yeah, maybe I'm the... now maybe I'm the only one... Speaking of Twilight Zone, I'm like the guy who just wants to read books after the apocalypse here. Opponent goes first. I think we got to keep this. It'd be nice if we can get this thief going. Again, we don't have a lot of fodder for things like bone splinters, but the effect is powerful enough to run one even without fodder. Hey AJ, I left a year ago, almost to the day, not to the exact day, but I think my last day at Wizards was, I think, June 26th of last year, or something like that. Yeah, I don't know where I should be. I'm open to suggestions. I can go hide down in the lower right. When you're covering up the buttons, I don't know. It's just, the stack isn't usually that relevant, you know what I mean? Like, it's usually just, oh, I almost played the island. We actually have a play here. We'll do this. Can I get away with this?
To the extreme, I rock a mic like a...
No, we want this.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
I left WotC because no job is a dream job if there's toxicity in the org chain above you. I see. So yeah, Fiddles is saying by the stack being covered, it covers the other time people like to read cards. So I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out here. Maybe just hide up here for right now. It makes chat really small. But all right, yeah, let's get that thief going. I agree. Boom. Sorry. A little distracted by trying to figure out my proper layout for this day. This card ain't so great. Really, this is bugging us with our attempt to win this game via flyers, but we'll go with another vulture here. We are in sealed right now. Top left, the trouble is then where it's important to me to have the chat box somewhere, especially because YouTube video viewers can't see the chat. So if I don't have the chat box somewhere on the screen, the YouTube viewing experience goes way down. No attacks here. Yeah, hi YouTube. See, they want me to make it harder on you YouTube viewers, but I'm not going to do it. I'm thinking about you. They milled a bunch of land, which is what we needed. That's too bad. I guess we can winged words here. We got a flyer now. If we find another land, we even have another play. We could pitch the Fen Lurker at the Sentinel with Bone Splinters or just murder it. They're stuck on land as well. I think given that they're stuck on land, we should try and build out our board. Let's see if we can beat them to land. There's some. Now we get even splinters. I mean, the Fen Lurker's not that great. As a, you know, it already got one card out of their hand. We could Bone Splinters it to start getting in damage, but I think we want to wait for, let's see. Well, there's Frostlink. We get our Thief back. This is going to be good when we cast it, I think. I'm just going to do this and pass. Sorry, Oppo. Taking a long time here to do something ultimately simple. Yeah, I could be in the lower right. Chat could be in the upper left. It's a little awkward to put chat and me that far apart from how eye tracking works, but it would, you know, maybe that's something we could do. Or even the other way, like, let's see, this is the one I can kind of mess around with, so I could do, like, no. I could hang out up here. You could put chat, like, here. Chat down here. I don't know. Sorry, Oppo. So you can do this, but then how does that work if I... See, that makes... This defeats the point of trying to make that functional for everybody. Oops. Get over there. Oh yeah, we're pros around here. I know exactly what I'm doing. Try this. Wow, I feel very lucky. It seems like the world is having trouble being on Arena, and I'm doing all right. We have Cavalier of Night, so we can throw something at the flyer. Maybe even just... Yeah, let's Cavalier and take out the flyer with the Sorcerer, I think. Maybe even the Fen... Yeah, we'll do the Fen Lurker. That's what I was thinking, that if we put this in the yard, it's a better Blood for Bones target. Yeah, Norbert, what it flies on their turn, what about it? You were suggesting maybe killing that instead? No, I wanted to kill the thing that was always flying, and also we have Agonizing Siphon, so I wasn't really like we were gonna basically use. We have Siphon and Murder and Bone Splinters, so like what to kill is almost irrelevant. It's like we can kill it all. Yeah, let's see. So if we Blood for Bones, sacrificing Cavalier, we can return Cavalier to the graveyard and return... Yeah, oh my god, it's just so disgusting, right? Let's just do it. So disgusting. I want to do it. And let's bring Thief back. Oh, you didn't like that? Oh, that you're staying up until 4 was a bad idea. Hey, Tenno. We're going to return you to the battlefield. And we're going to bring... Oh, I didn't tap right, though. I should have left 2 black. We'll bring Fenlurker to hand. Well, I'm going to sack the 1-3 if Oppo will let me. Although, this can start activating. It's a long way off from actually getting them to 0 or whatever. It's probably still correct. I'm just noting it actually does have some value. To be fair, we have to sacrifice a bunch of stuff. I think they're probably salty, but maybe legitimately trying to figure out if there's a path to victory from here, but they may just be frustrated. Yeah, I think if they let themselves go to 0, probably just frustrated. Yeah, Blood for Bones being able to get back the thing that it sacked is pretty important for its power level. It allows you to... Sometimes a card like this has a big setup cost if you need to fill your graveyard first or whatever. Like, you need to have 2 creatures in your graveyard. With this, you only need 1 in your graveyard because the one you sacrifice can be the other one you get. Exactly. The sack is just like... It's so weirdly templated, it almost could be templated more simply with, like... It's just a zombify, you know? Stay classy, Oppo. I'm sorry that you're not feeling great about this match, Gasface, but... There's no need to take it out on your opponent like this. We've all been there. Go ahead and siphon the blocker. Well, Gasface, I hope this is somehow making your life better. Me, I got chat. You're not hurting me at all. I've got wonderful people to hang out with. Alright. Gasface gave up the grief and just gave up the game. Could have been connection issues. Certainly coincidental that the connection issues occurred right as I was doing disgusting things to their board state, though. Yeah, I always feel like if you're going to force emotes on people, you need to at least have an eye roll emote. I want to eye roll at bad manners at the very least. I haven't updated my record. We are 2-0 here. Do you have to pay to play Magic Online, or is it free? Magic Online has a $10 fee to start, and you get some stuff with that, and then it's not free to play after that. I mean, you can play for free in the sense that you get to play Magic for free, but you don't get to acquire cards or draft without spending money. On Magic Online, mind you. Alright. No flyers for cheap words yet, but we'll take the turn 2 Fenlurker anyway. You can share your emote ideas with me. Send me a message, mama.
Some say I I never heard of ya. A rap burglar.
I feel like any 2-mana black 1/1 that forces the opponent to lose a card from their hand should get that emote. Should get that meme. Nice draw. Huh, nice draw. Just curving out nicely here. Now it looks like we're gonna trade 3 drops, probably. But then we get to drop the Octo, and then after that we get Vulture, and if we find a 5th land through the Scry, we get Vulture into Wingwords, even if the Seers trade. Does it pay to scry land to the top? Yeah, I would like a land here. I want to go Vulture into Winged Words and five or we're not done on land till we're at like 6, so we don't need both of these though. We will keep the swamp because we have the Cavalier, but not keep the island. You can also keep up Negate. Might even be worth it to keep up Negate. I don't know, what do you think? Cards or Negate? I'm going to offer this trade, though, too. See if they want this. Hey, Ken, glad you like the stream. Definitely want to play Vulture. I want to apply more pressure here. We have Lynx and Murder next. We're probably not going to need both, but maybe save Murder for their turn. Looks like you milled some decent stuff. Dread Presence, another big flyer, and Siphon. Yeah, it was a pretty bad mill as far as those things go, but whatever. Here we're going to Lynx now, Murder later. The lack of a pump here may be a sign to Oppo if they're paying attention, but we're going to do it anyway. We might murder something else they play this turn. But probably not. Yeah, that's decent. Dueling Lynxes here. I think we need to save the Murder for the big flyer, though. We do have threat of activation on Fenlurker, so we can send in there to start. All right. I'll make that trade. Pay 6 to kill the Barkhide Troll. I mean, that's costly, but it was effectively free. We already got a card out of their hand, so this was a long form 2-for-1 in some respects. Oof, that's where I wanted to negate. Ground-based ramp is probably one among the better things we could see from them at this point, in that it doesn't do all that much for them. Murder's going to be expensive on the elemental, but we're going to do that now. And then have negate up. They got us out carded. We'll see if their quality is enough to overcome our current board advantage. Yeah, that's a pretty strong start. Need our good stuff now. I could block and trade here, but if we draw something like the Cavalier, we're going to need to throw the links at the Hydra, so I'm going to not block. That's frustrating. We need no more land here. Getting really flooded out now as well, which is hurting. Yeah, I'm having fun, but I'm pretty easy. Magic sets. Woohoo! Guess we'll get rid of the elemental out of the yard. I don't know if we have looting. We don't have looting, do we? Also, see, I still don't like where this is. I don't know. What about this? Is this okay? All right? I don't know. I don't know. Really, I'm always down with the fight. Like, they didn't know we had a 3/3 and a 2/2 to add to the board, and if you think your opponent's running low on stuff, just making a 5/6 and killing one of their things seems great. I'm going to sandbag a land, although honestly I don't have a great reason. I can't tell you why, other than just general deception. We do have some additional card draw though, so I should probably just be playing out my lands. I don't have a favorite draft card yet in M20, although just kind of as a simple common, the Cloudskin Seer is just... I love that card a lot. A 2/1 flyer that just snap draws a card. Oh my god. It's like Divination, except your second card is a free 2/1 flyer. We're up against it now. We got some tools to deal with what Oppo's doing here, but their board situation is so much better than ours with the, especially the air elemental. Right now, this game is about the air elemental. Thank you, Magic. Appreciate the host. Ooh, new Vivian. I haven't read the new Vivian yet. Probably going to negate her, but I want to read her first. Oh yes, we will be negating you, fair lady. Oh, it's this is Kenyon. I know. I don't think I've met Kenyon, but this is probably Kenyon Colleran. I wonder if he's saying hello on the interwebs. Kenyon's a good player. Not surprised we're up against it a little bit here. We could tap down the Hydra and actually get in for a reasonable attack here. I'm going to do this. Really? I mean, we've cast a bunch of creatures turn after turn. Maybe they were not holding it all up there. Yeah, it's fine. This way we threaten a race that maybe the oppo has to respect. Frostlinks would be a snow creature in the context of a set that contains the snow mechanic, but you don't just take mechanics from other sets and throw them around on cards in a different set just because flavorfully it's a match. If you're going to put, I mean, if you're serious, maybe you're just joking, but some people are totally serious about a question like that, and the answer is it's just like you just don't put mechanics in a set where they're not part of the load-bearing experience of the set. Now we probably just got to Splinters the Flyer. And we don't have any good attacks. Trouble is we need the two big guys to keep this Hydra at bay, so we probably need to just send in, throw the token at the Air Elemental. You don't like splintering the elemental? What do you like doing? I like not dying to the 4/4 flyer. That was my big thought. Instead, I prefer to die to the 3/3 flyer. Hector Bell, because creature types are you don't need a tribal format to use creature types. I'm gonna say no blocks here. Yeah, Kenyon's deck looks pretty great. Ah, that elemental, yes. So many elementals we have to be specific. Yeah, that's not good for us. Pretty much chumping now. We'll offer a trade and a chump. And most likely die, but... Yeah, Cavalier allows us to not be... Oh, no, Cavalier, even with Cavalier, we're now dead. Alright, I'm not going to wait for Kenyon to sort that out. Let's move on. Kenyon's deck was busted, assuming that was Kenyon. I don't know how much... I Sure Do Love Meme says that Centaur that shuffles things back in seems like a better card than LR gave it in the set review. I mean, a 3/2 for 3 is below replacement. We're not happy with that card. You know, like when we see the 3/2 for 3 with no text in blue, it wheels... And that's in blue, that ostensibly needs... creatures more than other, needs solid creatures more than other colors. Even blue is pretty uninterested in a vanilla 3/2 for 3. So you're really putting a lot of value on the ability there. A 3/2 for 3 is fine. It's playable. It's not fine. It's below fine, right? It's a little below fine. And I think the shuffling back in of cards to increase the card quality in your library is maybe takes it from a little below fine to fine, but I don't think it's anything more than fine. Well, the trouble with Clear the Mind and anything, you know, if you're making a low impact play on 3, that's just generally not very good for you. So you want to be making high impact plays, and a 3-2 for 3 is not high impact, and do nothing and shuffle my library back in is not high impact. And if you're under a lot of pressure, Clear the Mind is a real liability. You only have so much mana to spend to turn the corner before you're dead. And so Clear the Mind in hand against aggro is basically like a mulligan until you can turn that corner. Well, I would rather, you know, Clear the Mind gives you a card, Loaming Shaman gives you a creature. And here we're going to go ahead and play the one thing we got. I mean, we could play the Winged Words, but might as well do that with a flyer. Looks like we got a Bant Brew over here from Oppo. We could Lynx the Sentinel and offer a trade. I wouldn't mind that. We also have Octoprofit to find 5th land, though, and then we have Lynx Winged Words next turn, which I like a little better. Let's profit ourselves some land. Oh, I guess they have pump ability. So no land, so we're going to actually ditch both of these looking for land. And no attacks. Oh, yeah. Well, I wonder if we can murder that... let's see if we can murder that eagle mid-combat and take out the sprite. Bone Splinters, we can only murder once here, though. I guess we can Frost Lynx murder. How about this? I'm going to Frost... No, we can't murder at all. We could Frost Lynx, Bone Splinters. I think I'm going to... Instead of getting tricky with it, we're going to just go Frost Lynx, Sentinel, Splinters, the Eagle... and attack. Next turn, we'll try a Winged Words for blue, see if we can find black for this murder. Well, there's black for the murder. Let's still do Winged Words. Are we not winning this race? I like our chances. And we're going to get to Blood for Bones, back the Lynx for more freezing. Got 5 power to make here. Let's let's see. This changes things a little bit. We can still attack on the ground. Frost Lynx seems like it'd be good to get going. Can't do 2 spells this turn. So, can't do 2 spells this turn. We could Boneclad and get an additional 5 power, and then Blood for Bones with Frost Lynx shenanigans next turn. Let's send in Octoprofit alone. Make the extra 5 power. And now we can attempt to try and block the Sprite with the Seer. Oh, too bad. There goes that plan. And we're just dead. I cannot believe we lost to that card. That makes me mad. That card is garbage. Little tilty to lose to that card, but magic is magic. Let's get him. Garbage. Oh, if I had to play that person in person, it would take all of my emotional abilities to not be a jerk. London Mulligan is good at least. Frost Lynx really isn't a great play here, but I'm not going to do nothing, and I'm not going to sit on murder. Land! Alright. Just going to snap this off with the weaker removal spell and attack. Yeah, I could have just played Divination, but I want to put stuff on the board, you know? And, you know, and I'm glad we are. Here we are attacking. We've attacked them once to 18. They either need to keep taking damage or trade for one of these. Looks like they're short on land, so we're trying to pressure that as well. All right, shall we throw... Maybe we don't do this yet. Maybe make them use the Ember Hauler. And then cast the Cavalier. Start with just an attack. All right. Now that they can't use the Ember Hauler in response, the Cavalier is a little more interesting. Let's go ahead and chuck the fish at the Scorpion. It's the Pike Place Market. Y'all want elemental. I'm chucking fish. One reason to do this is that our green-red opponent is stuck on 3. There's not much in green-red that's going to take out a Cavalier of Night before it starts attacking here. You can even just, yeah, so we'll do this. And that. Oh, Cavalier's an elemental. They're all, everything in this set's an elemental. Oppo didn't want to trade Scorpion for my fish, and I don't blame him. I wanted to trade my fish for their Scorpion, obviously. They're at 16. It doesn't change the clock much to murder the wolf just to get the burglar through, so I'm going to stick with just the Cavalier right now, and we'll drop the big flyer. Yes, I'm a Seattleite. I'm in the Ballard neighborhood as I speak. Funny. So, AJ, you're saying that you had a job that made you watch a video about a different place to work to get you to be more positive about your work? That seems like a reach. Well, this wolf is now too big for its britches, and we're going to kill it. Kill it, kill it, kill it. That was enough for Oppo. Reset Press asks, do you take your out-of-town visitors to the fish market? Absolutely. Pike Place Market is a destination even for locals. It's just great. It's a wonderful place to hang out. Lots of great local artists and growers and creators offering stuff there. I have a dear friend who's had a used bookstore in Pike Place Market for over 20 years now. Well, we didn't set par on this, but I would put it at like 4. I was expecting to get like 4 wins from this deck. So at least, let's see if we can do it here. If they're huge Starbucks worshippers, sure, take them to Pike Place Starbucks. It's the very first Starbucks ever, so a lot of people have a lot of big feels about that. I'm going to keep this 7. We need blue, but if we find it, we then get hopefully some extra swamps to trigger the dead presence, so let's keep this. But I will get on you if you say something other than the Pike Place Market. It is the Pike Place Market. It is not Pike Street Market. It is Pike Place Market. Pike Street isn't a thing. There's an island. We'll start down that path. All right, great. Here we can't lynx anything. I could play swamp to set up possible murder, but I'm actually going to go island pass here. And maybe we get to negate something, probably not. But I'm not going to play a Grey Ogre. Maybe I should. Supposed to just play out Grey Ogres here? It just seems bad. I'm going to wait. But we also might want to wait until turn 5 to cast the Dread Presence. Man. I'm just going to negate this because we can. It's not a great... It's just a straight 2 mana for 2 mana, all done. But if they were looking... if they were looking for something, maybe they needed land. That could have been an important search for them. All right, cool. So I am going to go ahead and Frost Lynx here. And now we get Dread Presence plus Swamp next turn. The reason no Swamp for Murder is because if we kept drawing islands, first I wasn't going to play the Murder, and second I want as many Swamps left in hand as we can for Dread Presence. So that was why not Swamp. I was hoping for more islands so that we had 2 Swamps in hand right now. That was the idea. Oh, I should have done... I thought that was to player, not any target. My bad. We got a Cavalier, so it's not all bad, but I thought Dread Presence, the second mode, was Drain 2, not Drain 2 on any target. So we'll do that next time. Let's draw a Swamp and make it moot. Oh, they have a Dread Presence. Funny. They'll probably take out the Lynx, though. Well, they're like me. They want cards, I guess. Now I'm gonna throw the Lynx at their presence here. No attacks. What do we have here? We just have the Lynx. Draw a land, probably just cast these 2 next. Maybe we need to murder something. I didn't really read this card, so my own bad for that. But we can murder it again. And yeah, we're gonna block here. Almost no matter what, we can Blood for Bones, whatever. If they have something here, we get it. But I'm going to do this and hope that we just get lifelink. As I said, the Thief is so good with combat tricks because you kind of just have to do it. This is quite the mirror, huh? But I'm gonna go do this correctly this time and just kill this flyer. And Cloud Seer and Thief. I don't know if I'll do another sealed after this, but I'm going to at least go to noon. So, you have that. Oh, no! That was ugly. That was just brutal. Kill creature or... I think here we go thief attack. I'm gonna send all of this. Doing this so that I can then kill the Necromancer. And Blood for Bones is a sorcery. We could trade Seer for a Seer and Thief. 4, 5, 6, 7, and we get to recast. Let's do that. We're going to return Seer to the battlefield. Thief to hand. And we're looking pretty good. Well, we're just going to murder up top. And then we actually have swamp. I guess, let's swamp kill. I don't even need to kill. I guess that's going to kill our Seer, so we just lose the Seer. So it goes. But, yeah, since they're going to sack it anyway, there's no sense doing the ping. Let's just draw. Nice, nice. Yeah, we did like Tatyova quite a bit, right? So Tatyova 2.0 doing fine for the home team here, and we're going to play the Elemental. So this gets to kill anything, because it gets to throw 1 point of death touch around, but we do have soul salvage, so whatever Oppo decides to do, we get to refuel anyway. Maybe I should winged words here before playing a land, in case we find a swamp. Can we deck ourselves? No, we're not really close to that. In fact, there is a swamp. We will play it and draw. Nice. I think they're just gonna pitch it at that though. Let's make him use it though. I like making him use it. Oh, he's tapped out cost. No, it's just sack. Doesn't. Yeah, new cards, Nick. I'm with you. Feels like reading everything 20 times. That's the Mask of Immolation there. So I'm liking just Gorger. This is going to mill us a little bit here. And then Bone Splinters. Sacking the Gorger. Now we lose our elemental, but we get in for 5. And we get to soul salvage it back. Yeah, sometimes the logo is gonna obscure me, so be it. Let's find our 2 best. I'm gonna say elemental, and maybe actually the links here, that we just make sure they can't ever block again. Sorcerer is interesting too in that it puts them towards 0, but I think Lynx probably just does that faster. Although it's true that Sorcerer just doesn't even need to attack. I think it's Sorcerer or Lynx. I'm gonna go with the Lynx and try and just keep stuff tapped down. Oppo agreed with my choices. Yeah, I will say, Nick, this blue-black build has definitely harkens back to Dominaria style nonsense, so that's exciting. I don't know, Vaporkin. I know that we were in that spot where it's like we're 95% to win as a baseline, and which 2 cards we take there can nudge that long-term win percentage up or down a little bit based on our selections. So even though it's almost certainly not going to make a difference, it does adjust the percentage, so I care. Yeah, we'll keep this. Just need some land, and then we're good. There's a Vampire of the Dire Moon. Go along with our Blood Burglar. Alright, found some land just in time. Sure, let's Lynx and enable a couple of attacks here from the Burglar. West Coast, best coast. We can be pretty aggro with this. We're going to play Octoprofit here, see what we can find. Probably just want both of those. Vulture's going to put stuff in the yard to make Necromancer 5 power worth, and we want the land. So yeah, we'll just keep this. Well, that makes this Siphon even better. I'm going to take out this for now. And we can offer up the profit. If they want to come back the other way, we're winning this race, so. Well, it also had lifelink, funky but loving. Here, let's go ahead and make the Necromancer, although really the Vulture is going to do more work on this board. But this maximizes our mana. I'll just do this. Getting a call from Tucson, Arizona that I don't recognize. No, thank you. To all of you viewers I have because your favorite streamer is unable to log on. Haha, suck it, favorite streamer. No, thank you for finding me. Glad you're hanging out. Hope you find the entertainment source you're looking for as soon as they resolve those issues. Let's go Vulture, and then we have probably a nice soul salvage if we can add some graveyard. Apparently, this is the Dread Presence format, though. Didn't really get anything better to get back. We just have a Sorcerer now. That was actually terrible. It's pretty terrible. So yeah, I'm not gonna soul salvage for those two. I don't want to get discarded or something. I don't know. I can't remember off the top of my head what the discard in the set is, but I'm gonna be patient. If they send in, we'll double block, and then we can get some better stuff out of the soul salvage. But also, we have a 2-powered flyer that if they don't do something about, wins in 7 swings. So let's try Plan A. That's not bad either. Start here.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
If we attack with everything, we get an extra 4 damage in, which is not worth it at this point. But it might get there. Dead Vulture. At least we have something to get back now, but we really need to kill that Dread Presence before we bother with the Vulture again, or it's just gonna die again. Ugh, Reach. Now this is a card. Jeez, 7 mana gets you a lot of good there. But now we've got 2 creatures that prevent us from winning via flying. Both the Howling Giant and the Dread Presence. So we need to find an answer to those 2 things here. Negate. 4, 5, 6. We do have double activation here, but that's not going to get us anywhere. I'm going to sit back on Negate. Yeah, we're kind of looking for the Cavalier at this point. Well, this deck is definitely survive until you can recur value format, but I don't know if this is the end-all be-all format. Ugh, this is really annoying. I gotta tell you, the Boneclad Necromancer taking away your value is something that did not happen very often. I'm surprised they're taking that one, though. If I was gonna get something back... I mean, I guess you can't kill it with the Dread Presence, which may be what they're thinking. I don't know. And keep playing lands because we have a pump on board and card draw we're trying to find. Rough. Where's ours? It would be a reason to hold swamps is that we have a dread presence, so keep that in mind. Yeah, it's pretty bad. We were there. We were like, we had them at 12s, all coming up Millhouse. Well, we get to negate this, I guess. Something. Well, this is not bad for us because we're going to get to soul salvage as a result. But we want to, let's see. Let's put this and this here for sure. Oh, no. This and this here. And this and this here. Definitely got some salvaging to do now, yep. Well, with 4, if we... get back the octopus and then have a block here. I'm going to save the seer and get octopus and necromancer as just kind of our biggest stuff. And maybe the prophet will help us find our best stuff. Like, I don't think we have time for a thief. Gotta find better stuff. Gosh, that's brutal. Oh, they're going for the draw. Come on. Cute, cute, cute. Let's do this. I guess we take this. Can't attack. Gonna threaten to double block. Vengeful War Chief. No swamps now. No swamps. Am I more worried about discard or removal? I mean, I think we start here. This is fine. No reach, right? Plucky Flyer getting in. No swamps, no swamps, no swamps. For you, I want swamps. We'll take swamps. Anybody got a swamp? I'll take a swamp. You want a swamp? I want a swamp. Do we even bother trying to trade here? We can't... I mean, we put 2 big and try to make it a 1-for-1. I think it's... They draw a card, so it's a 2-for-1 kind of either way. I don't want to lose our ability to eventually block the War Chief, but they're holding it back. I think we got to try this. Okay. Lynx is interesting. We can tap down the super big and not have to worry about that for a couple of turns, or we could tap down the tracker so that they can't go looking. I'm going to Lynx, and I am going to play the Dread Presence with no Swamp. It exposes it to some risk, but I want to be clear. I want to have all our land and everything ready if we do draw a Swamp. So let's... I guess we can just start with an attack. We're only attacking with the flyers. So let's go Lynx, tapping the biggest thing. Dread Presence and Cross Fingers, and see if we get there in 2 attacks. Oof. Good one for Oppo. Boreal Elemental still gets through. No, it trades for it. Darn it. Well, let's go... I'm going to ping or draw, because we can target them. We just start going to their face with Dread Presence. Take them to 6. Yeah, let's attack with both, and then maybe they block the Seer and we get to finish it off with the Swamp. Good call. Let's try that. If we attack all... 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5 to block the ground, and we have 5 on the ground. I don't think attacking with all does anything except forces a bunch of trades and sets us up for a huge counterattack. So yeah, I just think swinging with the 2 flyers is what we do here. And... so, oh man, go to face. If we go to face and put them to 4, they're on a 2-turn clock. If we draw, they're on a 3-turn clock, but we get another card. It's a tough one. All right, let's go face. The thing is, they have a Dread Presence too. I mean, if they find a swamp, our whole plan is just toast. So it's somewhat of a race to a swamp here. No flyers, no reach is what we want out of this search. That is acceptable. Don't swamp me. Swamp me. Yeah, I think we are just in chump mode, not try to take out Vengeful War Chief mode. Just gonna throw blocks. This is kind of funny. I mean, Magic's a silly game here. All right, Murder just does it simple style. Maybe just take this one. We're playing 10 swamps, I think. Murder most foul. Well, this or this is now the question. It's not like we have great attacks. Let's at least wait for them to. Well, I guess if we want to kill this, we should do it now. But I think this is the priority. We're getting abyssed now as we try to come back from this. So this is a big problem, though. The real threat, I mean, I worry about Dread Presence. With the land we have now, they're just drawing an extra card per turn, and it's going to be good every turn, too. Just so. I called it a better Vivian's Grizzly when I set reviewed. Hey, a swamp. What does that do for us? At this point, we're probably wanting to draw cards off it. I mean, we're not really realistically going 6 to the face here with this. So I think we need to draw. Looking for our Cavalier. Don't see it yet. Not feeling good about this one, though, folks. Think we're going to go down here. We're very disadvantaged. Don't even know what exact sequence. Like, now we're just done for. I don't know what their best card is, but it's going to be bad for us. What would you get? Silverback Shaman? Necromancer? Yeah, I'll try this. Put links in front of trample? Why would that be less damage over the 3/3? Oh, to block it as well? Sure. I see what you're saying. Alright, well, this is a reasonable place to start. Well, I guess we do it here. I don't know what their server status is on that stuff now. Alright, Blood for Bones. Can it get us out of this? think we need to do this some way or another. Well, we could do Boneclad and Octoprophet. Ooh, well... let's start with a Cavalier and then get to the swamp. If we can survive. Again, Oppo has the extreme upper hand here. Maybe we're just dead. Let's see, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 attackers. We have 4 blockers. Their smallest 4 represents 7, so we're just dead. Well, we got to 4 wins, a little above average, but I'm pretty disappointed. I think the deck was much better than that. Although I set par at 4, but it's just like, you know, you want to do better than par. Make a quick spreadsheet update here. Make a note that we went 4 and 3 on the 2000 entry. We got 1400 prize. Yeah, I don't know what troll you're talking about. How close am I to 4x war? In this account, I'm not sure. We got a big influx of packs from Wizards, so we can see. This is not the free-to-play, so... But on free-to-play, we are 100% on rares and about halfway on mythics. Now, sponsored accounts all done. No, I have not. I didn't even know that there was a code. I figured there would be, but hadn't seen it yet. Hey, Rob. I'm not sure what that means, but I guess I'm glad I'm in your heart, dude. Two free levels code? Okay, we can do that too. Rob, what's up with this level system? I blame you. I blame Cheon for everything I don't like in standard, and I blame Rob for everything I don't like in digital. All right. Sure. So there you go, some packs, some codes you can enter, level up, and play M20 to get some more. Little article there from KO. If someone wants to send me a link, let's see. If you Google Reddit MTGA or MTG Arena codes, you'll get a MTG Arena codes Reddit. Yeah. So if you need me to Google for you, I'm here for you. But that's all I did. So for those of you who didn't hear that, yeah, I mean, just Google MTGA codes Reddit and you'll find any number of links with all the codes. Thanks, Robert. No, I think you got it switched, right? I mean, if I Kibler Google, I'm making other people Google for me, right? If I'm you're Ryan Googling me, right? I don't want to be New Coke or Kibler. I just want to be me, man.